Yeah, I hit threes with no eyes. Threes from the ring, no lie. Cross my heart and I die. They don't wanna catch me outside. They see no wave, it's a tie. I couldn't take an L if I tried. Funny when I start trying to play around with them, they really start feeling my vibe. They can't reach where I'm trying to reside. Out of reach if I fall, I'ma die. Way too high if I slip, I'ma glide. Never know I'm alone for the ride. I'm about to become a menace, I promise. They can't restart when I finish, I'm just being honest. Can't nothing stop me from climbing. They'll always find them a problem, yeah. Hopefully when I spaz out, I'm in the
Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Threes from the Ring. This is your boy Chris J. My boy Trell Sav on here as always.
My bad. I want to look into Red Dead Redemption. Something can happen with your fucking horse. I have to go find out what's going on with your fucking horse. So, but I'm here. Chillaxing, saying all cool. This probably my first week when I don't, slander Adam Silver. So, it'll be a good week.
It is. He hasn't
I have
done
no
nothing.
reason to. Nobody,
Yeah,
nope.
he hasn't done
Tyrese
nothing.
Hiltonberg got injured.
You said what?
On him. Because Tyrese Hiltonberg, whatever his name is, the rookie, he got injured. But I can't blame that on him. So Adam Silver, he ain't playing tournaments or nothing like that. That nigga just, got injured. But what else? That's pretty much it for me. Just chilling, man. Getting bored from wrestling like always. You know what I'm saying?
Specifically bored on Raw. Raw has been like
Raw fucking sucks.
As I'm watching it now, as you guys probably see in the background, it is a chore to watch. Like I watched each episode at the Mania, but if you would sit there and ask me what happened, I will sit there and say MVP says something. MVP says something. Bobby Lashley flexes. Drew McIntyre wants belt. Braun Strowman wants belt. Charlotte is Charlotte. And yeah. And all your Sonya Deville is. And Sonya Deville is
I hate
doing moves.
With wrestling talk. Even Marie coming back here, by the way, so. But I hate to start this off with wrestling talk, but the fact, what am I about to say? One, they missing stars, right? They missing. They got stars, but they missing it, and it's gonna suck because people are gonna look back on Bobby Lashley only WWE title run because he most likely won't get another one. They're gonna look back on that and be like, "Bro, that shit was ass." Because of the moment we in Raw.
And the thing is, I feel like it's not really even his fault.
It's not.
Yeah, like
it's not. I'm a WWE not apologist, but I understand when the game when the show is they trying their best, but it's just not coming off right. So I understand situations like that. But in this situation with Raw now, it's not like they doing shit that never was popular, even when kids, watch the show. Like when you got motherfucker Storm tomatoes, kids don't even like that shit now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't something kids.
And thing is, even that's. It's the New Day doing it, but it's like, even with them doing it, it's like, so? It's like, really so? No sense. Yeah, it's just, a lot of the stuff that's going on Raw is just really flat. I feel like they could be doing so much more with the Bobby Drew Braun situation. The highlight literally is Charlotte. Charlotte is literally the highlight, and that's not even saying much itself, but I like the Sonya Deville twist with it right now. But it's like, it's so blah. Like, it's a tough watch for 3 hours. Like, an extremely tough watch. So it's just like, do better. Hopefully, because okay, Keith Lee's missing. Who else?
Becky, if you want to count Becky.
Yeah, Becky technically counts, but I think Becky's going to SmackDown.
You can't count this the injuries. Like Keith Lee was here now. What did he do? Probably feuding with Sheamus for that US belt, which is fine and dandy. But like even still, like that don't change the fact that this shit boring.
Yeah.
And some of the best shit that they got going on right now, not even in the forefront. Like I hate to say it, fucking Matt Riddle, one of the best things on Raw. And we can't even, we can't really enjoy the shit because his charges ain't clear. But like we can't enjoy it for what it really is because it ain't it ain't in the forefront. Like him and Randy Orton got some gold going.
Yeah.
Like you could have intertwined that into like a tag team type then leave it off with them. So just good television. But yeah, this is like Matt Riddle carrying that fucking brand along with Bobby, along with Oscar. But Oscar's, she's now her shit dwindling down, and Rhea Ripley ain't got no type of chemistry with nobody. Now she's a heel.
I don't even know what the hell. I don't honestly, because like just what happened on Raw with them. I know Charlotte's a heel. Oscar, I'm not so sure. Rhea, I'm not sure
Oscar's
at all.
Face, Rhea Ripley's heel. Reason Rhea Ripley's heel is because she tag team with, unless they give her a tweener spot. But if you're a tweener, you don't tag team with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, who also should just end. They should end that tag team now, immediately.
Because I think if you end it, it benefits both of them. Like they're doing, like I'm not mad at them with the belts, but both holders of the belts would do justice working with them at the moment.
Like you give me Nia Jax, you give me a mini feud with Charlotte and Shayna, putting Shayna over, Shayna as a heel. You do good. You throw Nia Jax in a fucking title picture with Rhea Ripley, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be ass, but you got them doing something other than holding that tag team belt. Like in terms of like the championship, this good. Drew and Bobby really good fucking chemistry. So it's really not that you can hold right there. Just got to make the feud more exciting, give it more stakes.
Yeah, it's the storylines.
These are two gigantuan niggas. They should be, every time they see each other, they should be fucking on site. They got this Bobby doing this pseudo Roman thing in which he just like the creme de la creme of SmackDown, but it ain't working.
It don't work because
and I hate to say it, Roman. All right, look, and write this down, Chris, because this is gonna be one of the realest things I ever said in wrestling. You ain't a star unless you can run SmackDown. Unless SmackDown is featured around you, you ain't no star. Now let's look back on this, right?
Yeah.
Nobody would count Steve Austin because Steve Austin was there like primarily before SmackDown. But let's name him. The Rock. Ran SmackDown. Literally, the show was named after
him. Yep. After him.
You want to keep going? Somebody, Eddie Guerrero. Ran SmackDown. For the whole time he did. Batista ran SmackDown. Oh, this person didn't have a belt to go with it. Undertaker ran SmackDown.
Kurt Angle's one of those guys.
One of those guys. Here comes the pain. Brock Lesnar ran SmackDown back then. When you throw it to the Creme de la Creme, the Mount Rushmore of SmackDown. John Cena ran SmackDown for a long time. Went back to Raw. Came back with New Age Cena when he was putting niggas over. Ran SmackDown again. Even AJ Styles
ran SmackDown.
So you are a star in this business if you can run SmackDown. Anybody can run Raw. That's just the way it is. You the face of Raw, you good. They're gonna have that show run around you. But it takes a different type of edge. Towards Edge running into his run, ran SmackDown.
Now Randy never really had a true power.
He was Edge run, but it wasn't like dog. Like what the fuck? When you name people like Taker, Angle, Eddie, you look back at certain feuds, certain storylines, and be like, the biggest thing Randy had was the Christian storyline. Some people like it, some people don't, right? You see in Randy more of a Raw superstar. All his best storylines came from Raw.
Yeah.
My nigga, Roman right now, you can count on your hands how many runs is better than this, bro. Like it is it's like I don't want him to lose this belt, G. Like whatsoever. I'm not on like the way that everybody was like. I'm just in awe at how fucking good this is, bro. This is probably some of the best shit WWE has ever done. Like this nigga Roman comes out every day like a million fucking bucks, bro. And I can't. I'd be speechless. I'm like, this nigga really, he really is the big dog. Like he really is that nigga. Um. So just shout out to him, dog. Shout
Yeah,
out to him.
well, matter of fact, that's just transition because there's nothing else to really talk about on Raw. Oh, Mansoor has signed to Raw.
Who?
Saudi Seth Rollins.
Oh.
Yeah, Saudi Seth Rollins. So so yeah, that became a thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Roman Reigns sending Daniel Bryan away from SmackDown. Who hopefully God helps Raw if he goes to Raw. If he goes NXT, shout to NXT getting that injection of greatness. But Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, one of the best on air SmackDown matches ever. One of, keyword one of, but it's up there. It's up there. If we was to do like all time SmackDown TV matches, it would definitely be in my top 5. Great match. Debut of Roman Reigns theme song. They gave my nigga Final Boss music. Like my man's Mills on Twitter said, they gave that man the Final Boss package, G. He's not losing his belt anytime soon. At all. You don't get the Sephiroth theme song and think you about to beat this nigga anytime soon. But so shout out to Roman's new theme song. I rocks with it. Then like they had a really great match. Really great match. I wasn't expecting him to choke him out. But if we get Roman chokeouts more often, especially as final finishes to feuds, I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it.
Cool ass storyline of they won't do no more drafts. It will literally be Roman Reigns sending niggas to Raw. So everybody he go against just go to fucking Raw. And they have to. The only reason like they don't they did a draft is to bring new talent to SmackDown because Roman Reigns cleared house.
Literally did like the niggas like the Fiend, Braun sent them niggas home. Kept Jay.
Fiend ran because Roman ain't gonna put him over.
Yeah.
Did Roman even beat the Fiend?
He didn't necessarily pin him.
Well, the threat match, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't pin him. He beat his ass, but he didn't pin him. He pinned Braun. So yeah, but really great match. I'm cool with the finish. I'm really cool with the finish. I really have much issues with the finish. Cesaro coming out doing the uppercut, the powerful ass uppercuts, and Roman's and Jay saying, "Nigga, watch what I'm about to do to your homie, G." And concerto that nigga for no reason. He didn't have to concerto him. It was just the fact he did it anyways. Was just unnecessariness of how epic Roman Reigns is, and the fact that we're probably gonna get to say this is gonna be a better heel run than Triple H heel run of Doom might be disrespectful at this point. It's still early, but what I'm getting is like, gee, it's grand TV every week, and I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. And I just can't wait till Jimmy comes back because I think it just adds another dimension to the fact like, okay, yeah, Jay can pull up anytime he wants. But it's even more when you got 2 niggas super kicking you all the time. I can't wait for that. So, but yeah, your thoughts.
Go. What more can I say? You go. Like How do you beat it? Like name like Becky probably had a somewhat run as this, and that's because the fans were so much behind her. Um, come hard to come close to it. Now, when you think of Becky, you think of like probably Daniel Bryan Yes movement,
Yeah,
and just good ass run. And the thing about this, that was a run in order for them to get the title. Roman's run is with like with the fucking title, dog.
yeah. And I
You know
think
what I'm
it's
saying?
been
Like,
a minute since we had a memorable title run on somebody.
yeah, that and just like a crazy dominant champion.
Yeah, that
Like
isn't Brock Lesnar.
crazy. So I think dominance get overstated now in terms of just winning. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think it's the way you win. Like when Brock wins, yeah, he wins dominantly, but like that's like Brock matches, right?
Yeah,
Roman like a lot of his matches work due to just selling. A lot of his great matches was because he's a great seller. Hit those power moves, but he was a great seller. This time it's just like dominant wins, like choking Daniel Bryan out, then hit him with a concerto afterwards.
just
Like,
because, just because.
come on, before that, who he mopped before that Edge? Who he mopped before Edge? D Bryan?
It was Daniel Bryan again. Uh, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens? Yeah, pushed him back to the mid card, made his cousin look stupid. Like, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yep. And now more than likely we're about to get to Cesaro versus it. I'm gonna laugh because I know he's really, really gonna continue to sun Cesaro, and
Mhm.
it pisses off the internet people. I love Cesaro, by the way, but it's funny just seeing the internet niggas just get mad because they're like, he's burying Cesaro. I'm like, nigga, storytelling, and this is one of the few times where storytelling is very successful. Cause yeah, he's going to sit there and be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about this nigga Cesaro. He really don't. Yeah, he beat Seth, but beating Seth ain't shit to him, which is hilarious. Very hilarious. Like he doesn't honor that. He probably ain't gonna honor again this upcoming week, but it's all hilarious. But we're going to get that match come Backlash. Also, whoever decided to call Backlash WrestleMania Backlash, please lose your job.
I don't like it, but the only reason
Hold on, I can't hear you, bro. You breaking up. Hello?
nigga,
Yeah, I can hear you now. You good?
bro, my nigga, the way you looked, I thought you was spaced out. I'm like, damn, Chris has just deprogrammed. What the fuck just happened to him? I saw the guy, I was like, I'm like, damn, bro. All right. But no, WrestleMania Backlash. I like it because it gives you like the backlash of WrestleMania. It gives you a reason to run rematches the whole entire time. So I don't mind a name like that. I know it's corny, but WWE is corny, so
Yeah.
wrestling's corny.
Not the more you can expect from it. But yeah, so shout out to Roman Reigns doing his stuff. Dizzle G, I'm all for it. Keep carrying the show, the brand in itself. Forward to everything. Nothing else really major going on WWE side of things right now. Uh, Shout out to Mark Henry losing 80 pounds. I'm hoping he don't think he's about to get a in ring comeback. But I would also like to see Mark Henry versus Bobby Lashley one time for the fun time. Doubt it happens. But shout out to Mark Henry for losing all that weight because he's in really great shape. And Cam, you should know by now that the PS5 version of Funimation is ass. Like, damn. But last piece of wrestling thing I want to talk about is just the fact that AEW has sunned Impact. out of their main title and get nothing out of it. Uh, Shout to them. You let Impact, the fact that you let them really just sit there and say we don't honor none of your wrestlers. We don't honor nobody but the Good Brothers. Said, yeah, fuck that nigga Rich Swann and let Kenny Omega come in on y'all pay per view and beat his ass, take the belt, and now him and Moose is sitting there arguing over like whose fault it is. AEW, I respect that, G.
I definitely respect the AEW side of it. You G check them niggas.
Yeah, like you G check them. You let the little brother G check you, and it's hilarious. So more than likely, we'll see what goes on next in regards to how Impact's gonna get their belt back, even though they still technically have the TNA World Heavyweight title, but the Impact belt is the main belt. So we'll see where that goes. But AEW, I respect what y'all did. Impact, you gotta hold that L, and fuck y'all for letting a black man get embarrassed like that. So it is what it is. But Slammiversary's coming up, so and after major WWE cuts, they continue to tease, oh, we might be bringing back these people. So let's see where things go in regards to that. So that's it for wrestling side of things. Let's go ahead and go to the NBA.
I want to say one thing about the AEW stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
Jericho came on a podcast not too long ago. I mean, literally not too long ago, and said that, you know, this is, basically, he was saying how this benefits AEW more than it benefits them, and it's he's saying that, oh yeah, we're giving him the rub and stuff like that, but in actuality, it's just hold on, pause so I can look at that. In actuality, it's just them reaping the benefits. So it was basically using Impact as a second show. And the funny thing is, bro, you'll never catch Jericho on Impact. You'll never catch Jericho in Nashville wrestling. I was like, damn. I don't even know if he was speaking heel at that point, but shit.
So what?
I don't even know if he was speaking heel at that point, but shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jericho was wilding.
Big wilding. It is what it is. And you can do. But so that's it on the wrestling side of things. I know the Brian Pillman episode of Dark Side of the Ring is up. I have yet to watch it. I have yet to watch any of those A&E documentaries yet either. So I'll watch them when I watch them. We'll give you guys our takes on whichever one. Probably will watch Booker T's because I like hearing Booker T talk and I like his perspective on things sometimes. He works sometimes. So it is what it is, but I don't give a fuck about no Roddy Piper. I don't give a fuck about Bret Hart, honestly. Stone Cold, what is there we don't know at this point? So, like, whatever. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and go to the NBA side of things. Let's just go ahead and knock this out now because fuck it. Lakers are healthy now. LeBron is healthy. LeBron is back. AD is back. So the team's 100%. Nope. Take that back. Not 100%. Dennis Schroeder is on COVID protocol again for the second time this season. Get your fucking vaccination, nigga. So with that being said, they're not 100% now, but maybe it's for the greater good. Because it forces LeBron to actually be like, all right, I got to step up. But the Lakers have lost 2 in a row since LeBron came back. I think they lost their last 4 out of their last 5, if I recall correctly. So I'll double check that, but I believe they only won one game out of their last 5. Tonight, as we record, they played Nuggets, so that's a potential L in itself. Might not either, who knows? But thoughts on the Lakers?
Bron not playing. Bron not playing. That's a guarantee, yeah.
That's it. That's checkmate, bro. Like, don't laugh.
So with that being said, might be an L unless AD literally steps up and be like, "I do my thing."
Jokic playing like an MVP.
Jokic is
Michael
playing
Porter
like a
Jr.
goddamn
playing like a second.
MVP. Jokic is playing like a
And
goddamn
Michael
MVP.
Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr.
And
is also
MPJ second option, no cap.
yeah, and Michael Porter Jr. is playing like how I said that he should be playing this season. If you go back to previous episodes for the offseason, I think I said the Nuggets will be a lot more scarier if Michael Porter Jr. is number 2 or number 1 scoring option. Scary sight. Jamal Murray injury might be a blessing in disguise. You said what?
I said real scary.
Yeah. So it might be an L tonight. Who knows? Hopefully AD steps up. But just your thoughts on what's going on with the Lakers right now. Because I'm gonna say this: Lakers Twitter is overreacting hard as hell. Somebody literally on Facebook said the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs, and I was like, okay, you niggas is tweaking hard as hell right now. Hard. Like, tweaking hard if you think the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs. And then LeBron said the playing game is bullshit. So your thoughts on everything going on with the Lakers?
Well, they pulled up the receipts on Bron. Then they got to realize that people literally write his words down and put them on their computer screen just for him to they run back the words on Bron talking about the playing tournament ass and shit like that. And even though he said there should be a playing tournament last year, yeah, that's when your ass was the 1 seed in the West, sir. So, yeah. Now you know how I feel if you really having to play your ass off for a first round exit. But no. Personally, for me, I'm not worried about the Lakers. I'm not as confident as I was when the season started. The whole thing. Now I think that it's really is a chance for the Clippers to actually go to a Western Conference Finals without beating the Lakers. I think there's a good possibility that a team I think the only teams that could beat the Lakers are the Clippers and the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets has a good chance in terms of just having depth, and the Lakers have yet to prove that they can guard 2 wings that the Clippers have. Have yet to prove that. I know AD is a thing, and I know Bron has guarded Kawhi officially, but now with Rondo being able to be on the court with them and also being able to strategize against the Lakers better since he was their fucking teammate, there's a good chance that the Clippers can escape. I mean, can't beat the Lakers, not even escape. I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers are favorites in the series. But now in terms of it opens up and make the playoffs less predictable. Even though I still think it's the Nets' chip to win, because even if they lose a game, they lose the games by a small amount of points, and this is without one of the best scorers of all time, James Harden. So, but with the Lakers, I enjoy. I'm gonna say this I enjoy seeing the struggles because they make them look human, but they need to hurry up. And the 7th seed is probably the worst seed you can be because that means you go against the Clippers in the first round. You don't want that.
No, it's not the Clippers
at all.
You're seeing the Jazz right now. It's the Jazz.
Oh yeah, because the Suns, bro, that's such an easy. If Curry actually playing in for the AFC, RIP to the Suns, dog. RIP to the Suns, G. That's such an easy win. I know they playing good because Chris Paul. That's such an easy win. Them young boys don't know what they're doing, bro. Them young boys don't know. So like I was saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I just hope they don't play the Clippers in the first round.
I think that would be a fun first round series. But I agree. I agree with you because I was thinking about this this morning. I'm like, I'm not really as confident, but at the same time, it's one thing I know: if LeBron's at a lower seed, the chances of him going to the finals is a lot higher. Like when he's the number one seed. Like, in fact, I think last year was the second time, either the first or second time he was the number one seed and won the finals. Second time, I believe. Well, honestly, it's balanced either way. But each time he's the second seed, if he's lower, his chances of going to the finals is still high. It don't make a difference. If anything, he look more dominant, which is the hilarious part. But I'm not as confident because literally, for one, the West is a war zone from top to bottom. Like, you're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna escape through like they did last year. Even then, they probably still can once things get all together. Because the main thing is you really wanted AD and LeBron to get some rest going in. You kept them out longer to get rest. But LeBron wise, it's more like you just want to make sure that ankle's as good as possible. AD, you just want him to get confidence in his leg. And I think he's slowly gaining confidence. It's just even before AD got hurt, his offensive game was not that the most consistent this year either. Defensive, he was probably his best. But
so first round, all right, look, okay. If the playoffs started today, my bad. Playoffs start today. First round is the Nuggets. That's probably a loss. That's probably a first round exit for Braun. I'm just gonna keep it real, optimistic. That's probably a first round exit. Reason being chemistry. Lakers ain't got shit ton of chemistry. You playing with Jokic at 100% chemistry with his team right now. Even with Murray gone.
They playing better without him.
If they're able to, because Dallas is tied with them. If they're able to get to that 5th seed, then the first round is against. Would that be the Clippers?
That's the Clippers.
So you probably want to drop down to 8 to knock the Suns out.
Honestly, you ain't trying to drop that much. For them to drop that much, that means you just said fuck the rest of the season. Even I don't think that's possible.
It's only 9 games left, I think.
Even still, once again, that means you're also hoping. Because this is the thing. People were expecting the Lakers to fall to 7th, 8th seed when LeBron and AD was out. They remained 5 and 6 most of that time frame.
You want to go 7 and take the Jazz out? I believe they can take the Jazz out.
Yes, I believe that. But I'm still, look. If the fact that it's the thing. People were already expecting them to fall further than they already at now. They still, honestly, is still good positioning. But this is my point. For them to fall, that would mean Memphis has to actually lose games. Portland, even though Portland is probably the most inconsistent team right now, both those teams are super goddamn inconsistent. I don't think they're going to lose games at the rate that they should for that to happen. Even then, I don't think the Lakers would do that. Honestly, I don't think LeBron has too much pride to do something like that either. Like, it's just, as a roster, they're too good for that to really go like that. That's just me. Like, and even then, like, yes, the Nuggets is playing like out of their goddamn mind, but I think they could, if it goes 7, I don't believe an inexperienced, still a kind of young Michael Porter Jr. to send home LeBron and AD. That's just me. That's just me. Because I think that series would definitely go 7. It'll probably be the best thing to happen for the Lakers because it'll wake their ass up if they were to see the Nuggets or the Clippers in the first round. It'll probably be the best thing. Wake the fuck up. So by the second round come, you see the Jazz or the Suns, and it's like, God bless. Thank you for your time. We're going to smack that ass because y'all have no business being here. It's like Roman Reigns. You aren't supposed to be here.
Exactly.
So, even though I think I have more confidence in the Suns than I do the Jazz. Because come playoff time, you're not about to go 50% from the 3-point line like you've been doing everybody else. That's just me being logical. Offensively, they're not going to be that dominant.
Fucked up thing is in each conference, there's not a team who could lose a game and be confident in their seeding right now.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is fucking one game behind Philly.
No, Philly. Philly got.
The Bucks is one game behind Brooklyn. Like, this shit is wild, bro. Yeah, it's kind of pedestrian under that, but them three teams right there. And then if you are a Boston, you try your best not to fucking see Brooklyn in the first round. What are they doing? You try your damnedest not to see Brooklyn in the first round.
And the fucked up part is Jason Tatum's playing out of his motherfucking mind. And it's like, gee, you look and be like, dang, they the 7th seed, G. It's like, but even then, I would sit there and say that would be a fun 6-game series because once again, they're like, and like I hate the Celtics. I hate the organization. I just like this Celtics team has a lot of players I like, but construction wise on paper, they should, keyword should, match up well with the Nets in the sense of you have. Look, there's no such thing as stopping KD. There's nothing called stopping KD. And I was telling somebody this. You can contain Kyrie and James Harden. James Harden still has to prove to me he can do what he's been doing come playoff time. Still. And he's coming off a hamstring. Going to be coming off a hamstring. So you telling me that he has to see Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown guarding him. Marcus Smart's going to make that hamstring scream. Or literally, God forbid, this playoff series happens around Juneteenth, Kyrie might not play. So you look, if the series happens, look, this is any playoff series. God forbid it's a game 7 on Juneteenth. You think Kyrie playing? You be real. I don't want to go to work on Juneteenth. I want to fire up the grill on Juneteenth. I ain't gonna call off on Juneteenth. Fuck y'all. So, but just throwing it out there. But like the net, like even then, like the Nets ain't gonna. That's not an easy series because unless Jason Tatum just plays out of his mind, because he still is looking like light skinned Kobe out here. Honestly, whoever gets the first seed,
they gotta sweep.
Look, unless you get the Wizards, you're probably sweeping.
The Wizards overcoming the Hornets. My nigga, Wizards make 8 seed. I need Westbrook to be 3 in fucking MVP voting. That team was ass before he came back for injury.
They was.
Absolute ass. I don't care what the fuck Bradley Beal was doing on the scoring tip. I wasn't winning them no damn games. He was just posing for fucking Bleacher Report.
If he was.
Like, I need that. I know we talk a lot about MVP voters, who names should be there or not. But goddamn it, he just had another 2020 fucking game.
Definitely
I don't want to hear it.
Definitely did. But the reason I will in the play-in tournament scenario, I'm more confident in the fact that okay, Bradley Beal still has playoff experience. It may not be the best, but he has playoff experience. Westbrook has seen the finals. He knows what it takes. He just had unfortunate circumstances of seeing James Harden with a better team than him beat his ass. Paul George get gamed by Damian Lillard. And it was something else. It was whatever the third reason.
Got locked down by the Jazz.
Yeah, and getting locked. Oh yeah, and Paul George getting locked down. So Paul George is the reason for 2 of those times. So Paul George getting locked up by Joe Ingles, hooped up by Joe Ingles, then Dame waving them bye-bye. And then James Harden whooping your ass, and James Harden just had the way better team. So But other than that, like Russ has decent playoff success. That's two veterans who literally can push the envelope against either a Pacers. I'm not really scared of because I don't know where Malcolm Brogdon is right now. Even though they did beat OKC ass for like 75 points. That was a disgusting game. Shout out to whoever made bets on that game because, gee, if you made a bet that Sabonis was getting a triple double, respect to you. But and as much as I love the Hornets, Miles Bridges and LaMelo coming off a bad wrist, who are inexperienced, I don't see them beating a motivated Westbrook to make the playoffs. So even if like the Wizards don't make the playoffs, like if whoever got number one seed, that's a sweep. From Philly, Nets, I'm sweeping the Hornets. I'm sweeping the Pacers. But if I see the Wizard, okay, I want the Wizards versus Brooklyn in the first round. Give me that. Give me that. I would like to see that. For even though it would be a 5-game sweep, but see Russ go out of his mind for one game would be very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like seeding wise, it's really chaotic. The West is a war zone in every round you get. In the East, once you get past that, the first round should be sweet for everybody. Ish, no, well, except that 4-5 seed. That 4-5 seed might be a fun series because you either get the Knicks or the Hawks or the Knicks versus the Heat. That'd be a fun ass series. Either one.
Somebody saying the Hawks getting the fucking out the first round. I don't know. I don't watch too many Hawks games, but I guess finding a black coach just brings an extra oomph to your team.
Well, they had a black coach beforehand. It's just Nate McMillan's a way better coach.
No, I'm just saying, firing a black coach is a.
Oh.
I'm reminded again that Nate McMillan is black.
It's fucked up.
That name, bro.
If his name was Nathaniel McMillan, would you think he was black?
Of course.
Damn, it's fucked up. But the fact that you. But yeah, but seeding wise, like it's a lot of fun potential matchups. Some of the seeding wars is really interesting. The East is really interesting because it's really tight. Then in the West, like we already said with the Lakers, like honestly, the easiest road is probably if they can stay at 6. If they get to 6, if they get to 5, your toughest game is probably going to be your toughest series is going to be your first round series.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to see the Clippers or the Nuggets, either or, because they're technically half a game apart. Next round, you're probably going to see the Suns or the Jazz. I believe they will beat their ass. Either or.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Lakers. But the West is really going to be like very fun. Because like you said, if Steph sees the Suns or the Jazz, I believe Steph can take it to 7. I believe he can take it to 7. I don't believe in Ja. I don't. I'm sorry. I still don't believe in Ja.
I don't believe in his team.
I don't believe in Ja.
I believe Ja is a fantastic player. He's really underrated that his team been in the playoffs more than well-established teams. Like Ja got his team in the playoffs, mind you, while Steph barely can get in the play-in game. Let's keep it up.
You're right.
Let's keep it up. That's not like they got a better team. No, the fuck they don't.
But I'm giving more credit that I believe the Grizzlies have a way better constructed team.
Okay, in a sense of way. Okay, Ja, Valanciunas, folks just came back.
Dylan Brooks is really good. Dylan Brooks has been really good all fucking season.
Like we throwing Dylan Brooks over fucking Wiggins and Kelly Oubre?
Yes.
I'm not about to go there. That's like comparing fucking a green apple and a red apple, bro.
Gee.
Like,
What
I'm saying,
G Kelly Oubre is hurt right now.
if Kelly
Kelly
Oubre had a
Oubre is
system,
hurt right now, G.
I agree. If Kelly Oubre had a system that was benefited him as a player better than whatever the fuck Steve Kerr drawing up, then I go. I don't know about Wiggins. Wiggins could be hot and cold, but defensively, I'd probably take Wiggins. But again, like,
bro,
guy ain't better than fucking Curry.
Look, man, I feel like they have a better constructed team. Niggas know they roles. Niggas hoop. Niggas play both sides on the Grizzlies. The Warriors can't
Steph screens and move.
Steph Curry has to literally play out his rapid ass mind for them to have chances, G.
Hey, it be like that.
Like, even when Ja has 10 points and maybe barely 8 assists, the Grizzlies probably still win those games a lot of times because somebody else steps up. Like, I think they have over 6 dudes over double figures on their team. One of them being Grayson fucking Allen. He carried my fantasy basketball team when AD was dead. Didn't make the playoffs, but he carried my team at one point. So, they got hoopers on that team. I like a lot of players on that team compared to goddamn Warriors because Draymond is inconsistent. We don't know what we're getting out of Wiggins. And I don't know what's wrong with Kelly Oubre. And Kent Bazemore is fucking starting. And also, James Wiseman's hurt. And Steve Kerr probably destroyed the kid's confidence. So it's just like, roster-wise, I think the Grizzlies have a better roster than we give them credit for. I am going to give Ja his credit. Like, yeah, he consistently gets them to an 8th seed. But in the play-in situation, I don't think Ja is going to beat fucking Steph Curry to make the playoffs.
I don't think he is either. You got to think it like that. You got to think it like this, bro. When we get Ja all his goddamn credit for what he did. He beat a Popovich team. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Oh, the Spurs garbage. We got DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, and a bunch of niggas who know they roll with big quotation marks. They should be better than what the fuck they are.
I agree.
He got a better record than them. He got a better record than Steph Curry, who, if he was a fucking HC, he'd be MVP. Come on, it's countless of other teams in that Western Conference that you could be like, damn, they low key better than and they're not, and so it will go unnoticed. They will lose in the first round or in the play-in tournament. This is definitely going to happen, but it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Yeah, it's a really fucked up situation, but yeah. So I want to move on. The Suns. Now, Suns are currently number 1 seed. And one of the biggest arguments right now amongst people is who deserves most of the credit for getting the Suns where they are. We have the Devin Booker fans who are sitting there saying it's not all Chris Paul. Devin Booker has stepped up in moments. But also the fact that Chris Paul has joined this team, even though that the Suns were I think another 2 games away from, they made the play-in. No, the play-in rules stopped them from
playing. They went 6-0
in the bubble.
But the Blazers still was able to have a better record for them to go in the play-in.
Yeah. So if Dame wasn't aiming to be Mickey Mouse MVP, Suns probably would have been in the play-in game. So with all that being said, who deserves more credit for the Suns being the number 1 seed right now?
Nigga, Chris Paul. Shouldn't even be a fucking debate.
I agree. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's just, hey, I'm just like, hey, because I don't even want. I can't even think of a logical reason not to even give Chris Paul his fucking credit. And this is another example of proof that even though Chris Paul doesn't always have the playoff success, even though once again, if his hamstring didn't implode, he'll probably have a championship ring. Probably, maybe it's a possibility. LeBron probably still would have stumped them niggas out. But
LeBron takes that.
Yeah,
no, I don't know, man. People were bringing it up during the Bucks game. That was a really good game. If you ain't catch it, I understand.
I watched detailed highlights.
DJ Tucker he played his soul out that 2017 series, bro. He really did, bro. It will never be the same for that nigga ever again, G. He got to check off that fucking series, bro. So, so I don't know. They definitely would have pushed that to 6 or 7 with Braun against Braun. No cap. Shit, man. Look, Chris Paul, it ain't really a debate. Nigga, Devin Booker scores. He couldn't even play fucking point when they asked him to. So,
well, yeah, he averaged 7 assists.
Now?
No, when he was running point.
Oh yeah, because at the point you give a fucking quadruple team, your ass gonna have to pass it. And eventually, somebody gonna get open, but you're still losing about 40.
Very
so,
true.
like, it is what it is, man. Like, honestly, it is what it is. For anybody who thinks that, cap, is big cap. As U.S. agent type cap. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah, like of course Devin Booker deserves some credit, some, not all of it, but Chris Paul literally walked in and said, "Look, I'm about to make you niggas work. You niggas gonna play defense, and you niggas not gonna fuck up." And he does that. Niggas gonna sit there and use stats to say, well, he can't be MVP, which I understand, especially compared to Jokic. And Joel Embiid, even Giannis, but Giannis is literally put the foot off the pedal because he's saving himself for bigger moments, which I understand.
Put the foot off the pedal. Put the foot off the pedal. I gotta do it again. Put the foot off the pedal. Yeah, do it again. This nigga is averaging 28 and 11. That ain't the foot off the pedal. There's nowhere near foot off the pedal. This nigga is good. It's just nowhere around it, bro.
When I say he took the foot off the pedal, let's put it like this. Let's compare it. Okay, it's like right now he's like it's like going 80 on the E-way, but then you start seeing Chicago PD, so you like, know what? Let me just go 60.
I guess, bro.
You're still going fast as hell. It still look nice. You just saving yourself for once it's safe. You know when you're supposed to show out. You know that's Giannis right now. Like that's him. Besides last night where he dropped 50 on KD head top, but that's one of those times you gotta wax that ass, like Bow Wow would say. But if you didn't really have to base it purely off stats, and we're gonna use the Steve Nash logic here, that nigga is doing everything he can to make that team way better. And on top of it, he probably has, based on analytics, you could probably make a case that Chris Paul is probably MVP. If you had to factor in win shares, which I was to probably sit down and take time to look up, but I'm not a stat geek and I get pussy. But probably win shares, defensive, offensive rating, he's probably top up there, especially for the Suns. But it's just leadership wise, he turned the culture around of the Suns. Totally around. Now there is times where Devin Booker has the moments, sending Paul George to God multiple times. Some of the game winning shots, even though I think Chris Paul has a couple of his own. But overall, Chris Paul is the complete reason why that I think the Suns, I think before they traded for Chris Paul, said the Suns were probably going to be an 8th seed. Probably 7th seed. And now Chris Paul literally turned them to the best team in the West, in the best conference. Huge difference. Huge difference because you went from probably getting swept in the first round to, hey, we could probably escape the first round depending who we play. And if things go perfectly well and Muggs one player out there at mine, we might beat the Nuggets, Clippers, or Lakers in the second round. You know, if things go perfectly well. Perfectly, keyword. And if things go super perfect, then hey, you see the finals, which I highly doubt what happened. We're going too far now. But if all that happens, you have to give Chris Paul his credit. Even now, I will give him his credit. I'm not one of the people that hated Chris Paul for absolutely no fucking reason. I wasn't one of those people. I'm happy.
I definitely remember that was the thing. You hated Chris Paul for no, I don't know what the fuck Chris Paul do to him.
I don't get it. Some people just say he has a punchable face, which I understand. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of people with punchable faces. Peyton Manning has a punchable face. I still think he's the second greatest quarterback of all time. So it's like, hey, but yeah. Point is, Chris Paul deserves his credit. I won't be shocked if he. I wouldn't be mad if I had MVP votes. He would probably be my number 2. He'll probably be my number 2. Jokic is number 1 hands down. He's my MVP. But if Chris Paul probably was able to average 20, or if he was averaging a smooth double-double, I would legit say, okay, that's MVP. Solely because, based on rules, he has the best team, and plus he literally morphed that team to way better pastures than expected. So, like, Chris Paul deserves all this credit. And I know you niggas think points is the only stat that matter, but it's a lot deeper than that. A lot more deeper than that. And that's why Steve Nash has 2 MVPs, and even though one of them he stole from Shaq and another one stole from Kobe, but different story for a different day. But that's why he has his 2 MVPs for what he did when he was with the Suns. He was the most valuable player on that team. And by definition, Chris Paul is the most valuable player on the Suns. And to his team overall. If we had to sit there and put numbers to it. And Jokic will be up there too. So that's just how I view it. Give Chris Paul his credit. Niggas that sit and say he's not a Hall of Famer, shit like that. Suck a dick, hold his nuggets, and buy insurance from State Farm and let that nigga know you sorry. But yeah, I got anything else on here? We already kind of talked about Westbrook. Good on that. We really didn't talk about the Bucks and Nets game. I'll let you talk about that since you kind of like watch a decent portion of the
game. That game was so fucking good.
Like I watched the highlights, but I kind of wish I watched it live.
Oh, bro, I was teaching a lesson, and I put that joint on mute. KD is a problem. Giannis is a problem. I did find it funny that Kyrie kept them had the shot to keep him in the game late. Crazy 3-pointer he hit. Crazy. I was like, what the heck? Kyrie, sometimes God just want that shot to go in for him, even though he believes in Allah more. But, like, crazy shot. But no, KD and Giannis had a head-to-head matchup. I understand why KD didn't guard Giannis one-on-one. Don't kind of want to do that with his type of health. But my nigga, Blake, Green, and Jordan was getting mixed that whole game. 18 points in like the third quarter, or like 18 or 14 points in the third quarter or some shit like that. He was going nuts. Chris Middleton is so underrated, bro. Oh,
only he hit threes on a consistent basis for me, like he does in real life.
Really good. I see him do some really like some. Damn, nigga, I didn't know you had that package. No homo, but the nigga step back. I saw him do a little I'm like, oh, hey, G, okay. Half spin, shit, drive to the paint. I'm like, this thing Chris Middleton cold somewhat. Really good game. If the Bucks had Chris Paul, they win the championship this year. It's no doubt. I'm keeping it real. Giannis wins a third MVP, and they win the championship this year. They needed that. They need that. They need a Chris Paul type player to not only in times where in the fourth quarter where necessarily Giannis is most predictable player on the court, but you need him to also control the pace of the game. A lot of times we do it on 2K. Giannis halves back dive to the fucking paint, and it is what it is. It's really unstoppable. Nigga almost had 50 because of it. But it gets predictable in the playoff series. They lost how? Every time he had back dab, Kawhi and Serge Ibaka was right there. Right there. So
like last year, Bam and Jimmy, right there.
Bam and Jimmy, right there. So definitely. Who coming out on Raw right now?
Damn, they still doing entrances. God damn. Braun Strowman coming out.
Him and Bobby about to have a 1-on-1?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to take that shit off. But I think the game tells a lot. Now, playoff series, I don't know if this go to 7. Shit. Probably go to 5, either team. I will say this right now. If the Brooklyn, the way Brooklyn's set up in terms that I would think in a playoff series, if they don't cruise to the competition, they lose. Because Brooklyn is a team that has, other than KD, is a team that everybody on the team has to be hot. Because KD's going to make a shot over anybody, right? And then Harden's going to be able to make his shots, and Curry going to be able to make his shots. But it all depends on role players at the end of the day, in terms of like getting you to that moment in which KD can take over. You got to rely on Joe Harris making his shots. You got to rely on Landry Shamet making his shots. Landry Shamet ain't gonna average 16 in a playoff series. It's just not gonna happen. Joe Harris, maybe. Give him the benefit of the doubt, because I rock with Joe. Blake plays really good as the muscle or the scavenger type player. Jumping for dead balls, taking fouls, shit like that. Go hurt you more in the playoffs. He won't. If your biggest, because I saw niggas on Twitter talking about Claxton, if this is a playoff series, Claxton hold down Giannis. Who?
Cause your ass tweaking. You tripping. Get the fuck off my phone.
Look, man. Claxton is a respect. I don't even say. He's a center. But if you think that nigga is going to hold Giannis to anything but the fact that Giannis is going to give him 6 fouls by the middle of the second quarter, you're doing good dope.
You guarding Giannis is not just it's a 2-man job. But if you're going to guard Giannis by yourself, the amount of strength you gotta fucking have to not get fucking back down inside of a fucking rim to stop Giannis, bro. Watching a Giannis highlight on Twitter, they had did I bookmark it? Oh my fucking god, bro. The song that played for Giannis, dog, in his Twitter. Who the fuck is Urkel got a spaces? Urkel do got a fucking Warrior spaces. I'm not about to dip my head in that shit. I'm trying to find the person who retweeted that shit.
That's why I tell you to retweet shit, G.
Yeah, I know. Did I like it? I don't know if I liked it. But it's a person who tweets regularly. I just don't know their fucking name. Shit. Yeah, it was so fucking funny. But yeah, man. Like, in all honesty, bro, keeping 100% when I found it. Keeping 100% niggas, bro.
The Game Boy? That sounded like a Game Boy just going off right there.
Hold on, somebody texted me. And that was what you call it? Hold on. I think I found this shit. Oh, come on, man. This thing. God damn it. It's only so many times you can retweet some bad hoes. Okay, here you go. This is the shit. This is the Giannis highlight. The song to the Giannis highlight.
Yo, why they got Brett fired?
Bro. This shit had me crying,
Yo, why they got Brett fans playing?
Bro. And the highlight was fucking fire, dog. But no, Giannis is really, look, last year I was slandering. This year I'm standing. Giannis that nigga, bro. I honestly think crucify me if you want to, but in no particular order, Brian, KD, Giannis, and then the rest of the league, bro. The nigga, not even an MVP voted. 28, 11, and 5. Casually.
He took the wheels off. He slowed. He went from 80 miles to like 660, man. Then you gonna go back to 80 come playoff time. Like he must have had a talk with LeBron, G, because it's called like, look, man, you are bigger than the regular season right now. You got your MVPs. Your goal now is finals. So it's like, take the gas off a little bit. 28, you don't like you get 28, yeah, but that's 28 to win. You don't need 30, 31 like you used to. No. Get that 28. Yeah, you keep you're one of the better rebounders in the league. Get your rebounds because it helps the team. You're one of the better playmakers on your team. Get your 5 assists. Could be 7, but he's like, hey, you got Drew Holiday. Trust in Drew Holiday. Let him cook. So that's why I said like look from 80 to 60. Trust your teammates a little bit more. Get them confident, you know. But in a series, because it's the funny thing about a Nets and Bucks series, I think that's the more fun series, premier series in the East. As much as I think Philly can or should give the Nets a run for their money, the Bucks are constructed perfectly because you have a guy who can go bucket to bucket with KD no matter what. Because ain't nobody on the fucking Nets stopping Giannis at all.
That's why like the Lakers series is so favorable for them against the Nets is just because that paint defense is shit, dog.
It really is.
It's so bad that LaMarcus Aldridge couldn't, continue because he would have helped out a lot. I ain't saying LaMarcus Aldridge is a good defender, but another body is another fucking body.
Exactly. And for some reason, when he sees AD, he goes back to like it's the Blazers time. And that was a scary moment. Hey, if LaMarcus Aldridge stayed, Dame will probably have a conference seen the finals before. But yeah, like the more I watch the Bucks and take them serious, I think they can actually beat the Nets. I'm more confident in them beating the Nets than Philly. Philly, I feel like can play good defense and limit everybody. But in terms of, hey, let KD do whatever the fuck he want because you got somebody who can do what the hell he want. And if matchups allow, Giannis is more likely to catch KD and put him in foul trouble than KD putting Giannis in foul trouble, if you know what I mean. Because there's going to be a moment where it's just like, I don't know why, but KD is in the paint with Giannis, and Giannis like, give me the fucking ball and do some work. But also, Drew Holiday, PJ Tucker can help contain. He's gonna get mixed, but he can help contain. The key word here, there's no necessary way of stopping Kyrie and James Harden. But the goal, when we have Drew Holiday, somebody's probably gonna get locked up a game or two. But you can contain them. They may drop 25, but let them drop 25 while shooting 35%. Because they're just chucking up shots that could be Joe Harris's shots. Those could be Blake Griffin driving cuts type situations that they're taking away because they feel like, hey, look, my shot ain't going in. Ain't for some bad shots. Because this the best way to really limit the Nets, because they're going to come playoff time, they're going to play isolation to hell. If you could force them to be isolation to hell, KD best isolation player in the league. I don't literally because he can get his shot no matter what. Kyrie's probably second in terms of just second because he can just cook up some bullshit and it works. And then Harden is Harden. But with them two, you could force them to take bad shots. And that's all you want them to do is take bad shots. Because their bad shots could be good shots that somebody else can be trying to shoot. Because they're wide the fuck open. So the Bucks kind of have the team to do that.
And they ain't gonna analyze like you is. But if KD take 10 shots in front of Giannis blocking 2 of them, guaranteed. 10 shots with Giannis, one of them contesting. He blocking 2. Now the other 8 going in. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, the other 8 going in. But he blocking 2.
Blocking the shit out of them. He's also going to make the other 8. And it's like, well, what can you do?
But KD jumper is probably the hardest jumper to block. He blocked one last. I believe he got 2 blocks that game. One of them was definitely on KD. Even DiVincenzo stripped KD. It's all about playing smart defense when it comes to playing KD, Kyrie, Harden especially. It's about smart defense. They're going to get their shots. You can't shoot over KD. I mean, you can't block KD's shot. He's going to shoot over you. His package, no homo, is just too lethal. The way it is. But if you do play smart defense, realizing like, yo, they play a lot of ISO ball. Try to get some behind them, steals from behind them and shit like that. Play aggressive. That's one thing PJ Tucker was doing. Got in fucking foul trouble, but played aggressive to KD enough. And all your games is going to be close because you can't. You're going to be able to keep score with them because of Giannis. So in crunch time, you have to play your hardest defense. They did a good job with it last night. Drew gonna get Kyrie problems, but as much as anybody can get Kyrie problems, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that depends on Kyrie's health coming playoff time, but I think he'll be good.
And also, if we're how close we are to Juneteenth.
What you say?
And how close we are to Juneteenth.
Sure. Now, another team that's going to hinder the Nets from looking at that game is the Miami Heat. Now, the Miami Heat has a really good defensive of the year candidate in my nigga Bam. So Bam can eat. I think if the Miami Heat goes against them in the finals, not in the finals, in a series, they will look more human than they already do now. I still think they win in 6. The Nets win in 6, but they definitely look more human.
My main concern with the Heat, I don't like as much potential scoring talent that they have. That team plays ridiculously slow basketball.
Needed though. I think that's needed with the Nets.
Well, yeah, which is needed. But Jesus Christ, it's like when you play that level of slow basketball, because you kind of saw it, like when, like if your shots ain't going in, the other team gonna run you off the gym. That's what the Lakers did in the games that Lakers like outright whooped their ass. We saw in the final game, what was it, game 5 or game 6? I don't remember. Or the one of the earlier games in that series. If they not dragging that shit out, they literally will get their ass smoked. And that's my problem.
Okay. So with the Lakers, I think with the Lakers series in that situation in which they was getting ran through, is I think that lends to more of the strength that the Lakers had. Like that was a strong ass team. There was times when they brought Dwight out, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, AD, LeBron, and Caruso. Like they running fucking through you. That's a strong ass team. You got Rondo. You get them are strong fucking players. Um, Brooklyn ain't that. They ain't got no nigga who gon' go in fucking like that. Harden gon' finesse you. Kyrie gon' finesse you. KD gon' fucking destroy you. But they not the main, and I mean main point in the Nets losing is if you can make them miss. Which is easier said than done. But if you can stay on pace with them, but also have them every shot that they gonna take. I do not know how that match started out of nowhere like that.
Yeah, but I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Every shot that that KD take, Kyrie take, every shot is gonna be a shot that's contested. I know playing one-on-one is horrible, but you kind of got to play it like how you play off ball on 2K. You know who got the ball. You guarded this random nigga right here. You guarded Joe Harris. This Joe Harris. You facing KD, but you just making sure the ball don't come to Joe Harris. And then when they need help, you go, but you always stand on Joe Harris. Like, that's how you need to fucking play. That's how you play like how I play on 2K. I'm not going to guard you. You're not about to get a foul on me. I'm about to watch you do all this shit. Let the computer lock you down. And then when the computer done locking you down and you somehow finesse the computer, I'm going to come in and try my best. They're going to lead me to some blocks. They're going to lead me to some contests and things of that nature. But I'm going to do what I have to do. Like a lot of people saying they perimeter shooting is going to take them off the shot. These are, other than KD, Kyrie and Harden are not like uber consistent 3-point shooters. Now I'm gonna shoot you up. Harden would give you a night in which you look fucking stupid, and then there will be times when Kyrie can hit them hoes, but this ain't no Splash Brother situation where if you leave if you leave Clay and Curry open, your ass is grass. Like they miss fucking shots a lot. They miss open shots a lot. So it is what it is. And then you can't let them get in the groove. The thing that other teams didn't do, that's, in terms of stopping the Lakers last year, they just let the Lakers fucking bully them. Like, okay, Bron, ain't no way. Bron fucking 36 in basketball years. Ain't no way this nigga bullying you.
But that's the thing about how the Lakers is built.
I know.
They're bigger than everybody else. They're one of the few teams that can throw out a lineup where all the big niggas are like the perfect lineup for the Lakers. Regardless, is still AD at center, LeBron at the 4, technically, Kuzma, KCP, and Caruso, and now you can honestly put Talon Horton Tucker in there too. Whereas everybody on that court is 6'4" and up in muscle and strong.
What? Give me Ben McLemore. Like no cap.
But but like I said, so the Lakers is one of the few teams in the league where they can legit throw out a lineup where everybody is 6'4" and up. Not a lot of teams can do that. That's why, like, even though a lot of people are saying, well, they're gonna have problems against guards. When them guards is 6'2" and they gotta see, and last year in the playoffs really proved to me that Caruso was 6'5", because I'm like, damn, he tall as shit. Well, I'm like, oh, they are really have big guards, and they got basket protection. You can't just go up there and do what the fuck you want, because you got to muscle through one nigga. That's why Jamal Murray got gassed eventually throughout that series. And then you got to see AD, Dwight Howard, JaVale in the paint. And that's how the Lakers are still constructed come playoff time, because even if a series gets longer, you still got to see a bunch of big, strong niggas. Because even though they not as athletic and bouncy as last year in the front court, Montrez is pure hustle and grit. Marc Gasol is pure Spaniard uh grit and intelligence of how to be a perfect big man. And Drummond is just big as shit. And AD is AD. And LeBron is fucking LeBron. So, like, that's still a heavy front court to deal with. So,
the funny thing is, with the Drummond shit, we should have talked about the Lakers. I'm not looking at Drummond as being the hindrance. It's more as other people is. I think a lot of teams are going to be surprised when Marc Gasol get them fucking minutes, and the Lakers play extremely well because of it.
Because honestly, the Lakers is probably playing it smart. Let Marc Gasol sit his white ass down. Relax. Because if this is my thing, because I think Lake fans is overreacting in terms of like Marc Gasol getting DMPs and shit. I'm like, look, Marc Gasol has played most of his best basketball with the goddamn Grizzlies of the grit and grind era. He is old. He's not like Paul, where he was very cute and finesse. He was the physical brother. So his body has age. Let him get his rest. Because when he plays, he knows what to do. Let him get his DMPs. Because shit, he's old. It's dirt.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how old Marc Gasol is.
Yeah, like he's old. So it's like
he was in the league before fucking Kobe and won that chip.
Exactly. He got traded for Paul, which is fucked up. But point is, they tripping over them DMPs. I'm like, if he really wanted out, he would have been more vocal and would have bought him out. I'm pretty sure Vogel was like, look, Drummond's going to play as of right now, but I want you to know you're going to play come playoff time. I'm pretty sure in Vogel's mind, and this is one thing we already seen. He doesn't give a fuck which big he wants out there. We saw him literally sit JaVale for the remainder of the playoffs, damn near. So for Dwight Howard, and then to a point where it was just like AD at center, fuck it. So he's not afraid to switch the hurt feelings, especially if it means to win. So Drummond has to sit his black ass down because literally he's gonna cook defensively. So Marc Gasol plays, cool. If Montrez is the one that has to take the L, I'm pretty sure Montrez is like good, because I don't want to see Jokic no more after what he did to me last year. PTSD will kick in, dude. So like, Muggs taking that too hard, but I get what you mean. But let's get ready to close out. But yeah, so we appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 3S from the Ring, 3s from the Ring. Follow if you watching us on Twitter. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the little bell, like, comment, subscribe, all of the above. We greatly appreciate it. Excuse me. Copy some merch, www.utweakingmedia.net to cop the merch. Free shipping, UTM ships, and UTM vibes for $10 off. Appreciate you guys for listening. On the audio side things as well, make sure you subscribe and follow and share. It's all greatly appreciated. Thanks for listening, and peace.
Auf Wiedersehen.